Now we will see how to enable the probe for XML firewall service. I have opened web UI. Now let's go to probe. We'll be opening the probe for XML firewall service. Let's open for this one. Open probe. Here, do you want to auto configure the probe settings? We have two options, automatic and the manual. First I'll go to automatic. Next, commit. So now the probe is configured for XML firewall service. The gateway peering is created for this, that is default underscore probe hyphen peering 1. It's using this port 16381 26382. We can check that. Peer, gateway peering, this is the one. Currently it's up. Default peering. Let's open and check the port here. 16382 local port, 26382 monitor port. Same, you can see it here. Then probe settings updated with the following values. This is the max records for probe expiration, and it is using this gateway peering. You have successfully created capture request. This is the capture request. This is the name, max capture count 20, and interval is 1 second here. Transaction per 1 second. Now done. Now we created the probe here. Now this is the data capture. Open this. Currently no data is there. Now let's test the transaction for this. I'll open the Docker here and open this container. There's exec here. I'll run the command here, curl command, to hit the service, because we can't use postman here from our host, because we'll be using the XML firewall service endpoint, that is this one. This is the container IP 172.17.0.2 and the port we used. If you open and check the firewall service, you can see that here. You can go and check here. XML firewall, we have this port 2048 and this is the IP we are using. So I'll go to this exec and using this curl command I'll hit the request. Enter. It's giving the response test hello. It's just responding back whatever we sent. This is the request and response sent back here, same request. Now let's check the logs. I'll go back to the probe here and open this. Refresh. We can't see any transaction recorded here. Let's go to XML firewall and check it. Here this is the loopback service. Automatically it selected this one, response traffic pass through. So we'll make it XML here. It's capture the message, and here also request also it's pass through. Whatever you're passing is pass through. Let's make it XML now. I did some changes in the XML firewall service. We made request and response XML type here. Now apply. Now let run the transaction again. Here same request I'm running, enter. Now getting the response back. Now let's check the transactions. Refresh. Now you can see the result here. Transaction is recorded. Now let's open this. Here we have only one for both directions, so it's showing only one. There is no separate request and response rule for that. So whatever it's getting, it's responding back. Now let's do one more transaction directly from the multi-protocol gateway, because that protocol gateway calls XML firewall service. So let's do that. I'm opening this. I'm directly hitting the multi-protocol gateway service. Send. We got the response back. Now let's check the transaction inside the XML firewall for this. Let's go to the data capture again and refresh. You can see the second transaction here. If you see here, client IP this time is 172.17.01, because we requested from the host. It's taken that. It came from the Docker bridge. This is the one. Other one directly from the container. We used exec here from the Docker container and executed. So client IP is 172.17.0.2. Now let's open this. Here you can see the request. We sent this request, but after transformation it went to the firewall service. The same is responded back. So you can see it here, result, this one. The output is sent here, transformed. Whatever we sent, it's transformed in the multi-protocol rule. Then it's sent to XML firewall service. Then it's returned back. Now let's configure the probe for XML firewall service using the manual option. I'll close this. Delete this capture. Now I'll go to XML firewall service, open probe. Here it's directly asking the capture request. It's not asking for the probe settings. Now I'll go to the peering here, gateway peering. Currently it's up, peering 1. I'll make it down. Now let's try again. Open probe. Now it's asking, do you want to auto configure the probe settings? Yes, it's manual. Now it's asking the gateway peering service. Now I'll use the existing one what we created, manual peering earlier. It's down. I'll make it up, this one, manual peering. We can create new one or we can use this. Apply. Now go back and go next. Now next is asking the capture request, manual. Now name, I'll give XML firewall manual. Now XML firewall manual. Next I'll keep as it is all these things. You can if you want, you can add the filters here. Let it be like this. Now commit. Now you can see default domain probe settings updated to use manual peering. It's using this peering now. And probe settings, these are the probe settings, max records, expiration, and gateway peering. It's using this. And the capture request, max capture count 20 and interval is 1. Done. Now it's got created. Now let's open this. Now let's make a transaction. I directly make a transaction from the multi-protocol gateway request. Send this request and go to the probe, refresh. You can see the transaction here. It's coming from this IP now. See, open this. Only we have got this request and response sent. This is the one response sent to the client here. It's not a client, actually it's going back to the multi-protocol gateway service to the response flow, then that response will go to the client. Now let's enable the probe in multi-protocol gateway service also, and we will test it again. I'll go to the other tab. For this multi-protocol gateway, open probe, automatic commit, it's created, done. Now I'll open this, currently no transactions, and here I'll go back to the capture. Currently one transaction is there. Now I'll hit the request, we will get one transaction here and one more transaction here. Now I'll hit the request, done. Now first go to the multi-protocol gateway, we got the request here. See, it's going to the outbound URL is 172.17.0.2048, that is going to XML firewall service, this one here. So it reached here. See, inbound URL, this is the inbound URL now. Outbound also same here because it's a loop back, but client type is taking the host where our host is there. Now this is the request and response sent back from the XML firewall service back to the this rule, response rule. So response rule getting the input like this from the backend service, same is returned back. If you see here, output going like this, so same thing is returned here. This way we can analyze the probe to identify the issues as it records the complete transaction details.